Too many people in the house. Mom was more attentive to her sister who was visiting from DR, blah, blah, blah. You know, she felt left out. She was probably very close to her mom. So she felt like, and how she interpreted it was, I don't want to go back home. You know? So, she's suicidal. She want to hurt herself. She's going to cross the street against the light and she's going to get hit by a car. You know, people think that way.
Right.
And rightfully so.
Right.
You know, you don't know. And most of our kids walk home by themselves, especially fifth graders. So I broke it down, and sure enough, she wanted attention. I followed her up the next day. She was happy. Oh, can I see you again, Mr. Sanchez? Now she's in one of my groups.
Oh, that's awesome.
And she looks forward to seeing me. You know, she was never suicidal. She just needed some attention. But if you don't know the culture, I would have caught her in if I was, you know. But no, I know the culture. I know how people are. I mean, it doesn't mean that the parent doesn't need some parenting.
Right,
you know,
right.
There's always room for that. You know, she didn't want me to contact the parent, so I didn't. You know, because it wasn't necessary. Had it been necessary, had I felt there was a safety concern, you have to do that. You know, you cannot care about confidentiality. Right. Safety comes first. There's a rule about that. There's a law about that. You know, if you told me you want to hurt yourself, I gotta call your mom. I gotta call somebody. I gotta make sure you get, you know, taken care of. I cannot keep that a secret. But that wasn't the case. So I said, okay, I won't call her. When you feel comfortable, I want to talk to her. I want to meet her. One day I'm going to run into her on purpose and in front of her, and then she, you know, she can introduce me, and then that'll open things up. But it won't be because I'm breaking her confidentiality.
Got it.
You know, I give her the opportunity to introduce me. Oh, this is Mr. Sanchez, Mom. You know, and then that creates an opportunity, and then I can bring her in.
Wow, so that's a really great example.
Yes.
So then, how do you balance that?
How do you balance
like the cultural? So in this particular situation, it also ties into my second question.
Yes. The one I asked you to remember.
Right, which is like, how do you balance what you said about the cultural piece with the legal?
Oh, no, you always have the legal in the back of your mind. The cultural thing is, it's like, you know, if you have to go from here to Brooklyn, you can take a cab, you can take Uber, you can take a yellow cab, you can take a plane, whatever, a helicopter. You get there as quick as you can. Okay, so we don't have a helicopter, we're not going to use that. We don't have a plane, you know. So what we have available, okay, we have taxi cabs. Which one you going to take? That's all it is.
Got it.
But in the back of your mind, you're still a professional. You still have legal matters to, you know, I make parents feel comfortable. I make parents be open-minded with me. But I let them know, listen, you know, we are here. We're not in the yard. We're not in Mexico. You know, we're not in Guadalajara. You know, we are here. And here we do things differently, you know. And I have an obligation to the school, to the city, and to the state, you know.
Now
to the profession.
You're speaking about, have you heard the term cultural broker before?
I've probably heard of it.
So what you did when you were presented with the situation was similar to what in the literature they talk about social workers in schools playing the role sometimes as cultural brokers. Whereas they bridge gaps of knowledge to either teachers, administrators, to families on what's going on. So it sounds like in that particular situation that you would definitely served as a cultural broker.
Yeah.
And it sounded like, you know, now is there another situation where
there was one more specific to that where I was even more, well, no, maybe you will know what I'm doing after I tell you. You will know the right term for it. Two kids had a fight, right? So one parent makes a complaint that she wants to meet the other child's father or parent, and it happens that this child is living with his dad. Okay, so we what they call a family conference, something like that, where parents get together and they sort it out nicely, and they talk to their kids. You know, don't touch them, don't touch her, whatever. You know, whatever the case was. You know, and we know. Okay, both parents are immigrants from the Dominican Republic. Again, we have a life here in the Dominican Republic, and they're going through the same thing. You know, being immigrants. You know, they have to work a lot. They have to do all kinds of jobs. They have to pull a lot of tricks, not street tricks. You know, they have to do trucos. You know,
Right.
So they're struggling. You know, but they still have a happy face. So once you know that, once you understand that, you want both parents to stay with that state of mind to resolve the problem. You don't want the parents going at each other, you know, because they love their children, you know. Not knowing that, you can run into problems, or you can create problems for the parents.
Got it.
Because, you know, you have to let the parents know, well, you know, your child is spending too many times in the street, blah, blah, blah. First, you got to resolve the problem. Then you have to go to decide, okay, this is what you can do. You don't want to upfront them. You don't want to, like, upstage them. You don't want to, like, take away the authority just because you are a professional. A lot of times they look up to you. Most of the parents that I have met, they haven't gotten past high school. Most of them around a 10th grade education, between 8th and 10th grade education. Most of them that I've met. I haven't met in this particular school one college graduate parent. Maybe not that there aren't, because my son went to a public school, and I was a parent of a public school student, and I was a college graduate when my son was in school, my daughter. But in this particular community where we have a lot of immigrants coming in for different reasons, so it's not like you're coming from France and you want to practice medicine here. You know what I mean?
Right.
So we know that there are challenges. If you don't know those challenges, we're not going to have... they look to me, oh, this guy is going to help us out. That's how I got it. He understands us, and they were using colloquial language with me, like, you know how you are in court.
I'm laughing because I already know.
You know how you're in court, and the witness is bordering on lying or something, and you then, may I remind you that you're under oath? So I have to remind the parents, you know, that, you know, yes, we have a lot of things in common, but I'm also the school social worker, and I'm a professional.
Yeah.
And yes, we're both humans, we're all human beings, but, you know, we're not the same.
Right.
We're not the same. We have different issues. We all got issues. I got problems too. I'm not perfect, but we're not the same. You have to respect my profession. You have to respect my roles. You know, sometimes they want to get too cozy.
Right.
You know, they might offer you food, drinks. You know, meet my cousin. You know, so because it's done in our culture, that's the way we roll. You know.
Right.
But in American culture, it's not like that.
Right.
And I'm also American, you know. I am Americanized.
Right.
You know, so you gotta know that. You know, but I don't throw that at people. I don't tell, you know, I'm an American now. You know, you're still Dominican. No. I know I'm Dominican and I know I'm American. So you have to, you know, the one that I hold true to is my role here. Because that's the one that I'm here for. If I'm outside, I could be anybody else. I mean, you could be anybody you want, but when you're playing a role in a professional way, in a particular school where you have a lot of responsibility, that's your number one priority.
And how comfortable do you feel having those kind of conversations around power, race, oppression, privilege? Because right there, that was a discussion a little bit around power and privilege and being able. So how comfortable do you feel having those conversations with families and teachers?
I feel very comfortable letting them know. What usually sells them or they buy from me is how I speak the language, the Spanish. They will talk to me in a way that they feel comfortable, and I would understand, you know, and smile or whatever, you know, but I'm not going to speak the same way. So right there, they know that I'm setting some limits.
Got it.
The words I use in back are very pleasant words.